Okay guys, I've been asked to do a quick tutorial on how I added my external microphone to my Contour HD. Now for speed of the film, I don't know how much time this is going to take to demonstrate it. I've already taken the liberty of taking some screws out, and I use a little holder here to hold the screws. Okay, a lot of the smaller black screws you see that are on my holder come out of these holes right here. There's 1, 2, 3, and then on the other side there's the same amount of screws in the same positions. Now you'll find another screw actually, well, shoot, let's see if I can get this here, on the bottom of the lens. You could probably see the hole. Okay, now the first thing you want to do, this is a clamshell setup, and everything is bolted together in 2 pieces. First thing you want to do after you get the screw out the bottom side of your lens is take your lens cover off. Once you have your lens cover out of the way, you're able to split the case apart. Now you want to be really careful because your back is going to come off. There's also, I don't know if you can see this or not, your HD and SD switch. It's not permanently attached to anything. It's just on a slider. This is on a slider switch on the inside. So what we're going to do is make sure we take the battery out, set it off to the side. Now I don't know if you noticed or not, I've got all my screws sitting on a magnet. That way I don't lose them. Yeah, they're awfully tiny, and believe me, if you drop one, yeah, good luck finding it. Okay, we'll set those off to the side, out of the way. Next thing we're going to do is that this piece here, the lower piece, come on now, is actually not wanting to play with me. Alright, top piece first. I'm sorry. Top piece slides off. So that's out of your way. Okay. Next is your switch. It's magnetic. There's nothing that clicks. There's a little magnet on the bottom right there. Okay, there's only one way this fits back on, so that's really not too much to worry about. Now once you get the top off of this, you're going to see on the other side a small screw. Okay, that's where the silver screws come from. There are 3 total. This one happens to be on top. Okay, so like I said, I took the liberty of taking the screws off. Now your bottom half should slide off. I've got to be careful because I've already routed my wires through here. Okay, now that I've got that all out of the way, your Contour should split well, okay, there's another screw here, and then there's another one on the bottom side on the other side. So there's a total of 3 silver screws is what you're looking for. Then your Contour can come apart. Come on, baby, don't make a liar out of me. Now you want to be easy splitting the case, especially for me. You want to be careful with your lens section because it runs some ribbon tape. It's something else you don't want to mess up. Be careful here. Okay, there we go. Just a simple pop-poppy dot. Okay, for me, I'm gonna have to feed this out of the way so I can show you the internals of this. Okay, I'm gonna take hold of the board and the lens because they do not separate. Okay, and turn it around for you guys. All right, now we can get into where I did my work. right here are the two wires that I soldered to. Your microphone is actually located in the upper portion of the shell. And what I did was I unsoldered at the microphone, ran some longer leads off of these two because there's only enough to run it internally. And I ran longer leads. Okay, however long you want to do it, it's entirely up to you. Then what I did was I ran the leads through some shrink wrap, and roughly about a foot of this stuff, so that way I'm not limited on where I put it in or outside of my helmet. Then I soldered those leads back onto the microphone. The microphone itself is going to look like that small round piece on this board right here. Now, actually the one in the contour is twice this size. But you can see where these leads are soldered on to this little microphone. And believe me, the ones on the contour aren't that hard. But I don't know, you do need to know how to solder. Okay, the next thing I did, well, actually I didn't solder to my microphone yet because I had to feed my leads through. The first thing I had to do was that you saw the other half of the case actually has a hole already for the microphone, I presume. And this goes up inside. I had to make this hole larger to get my wires through here. I had to do the same thing on the bottom half. I had to make my hole larger. Now when you go to put this together, these holes do not line up. The one through the hard plastic and the one through this actually rubbery feeling plastic right here. So you're going to have to put a slight bend to it. Of course, after I did all that, I routed it through, came in, soldered to the microphone portion, and that was it. Now, assembly is opposite of disassembly. So, oh yeah, remember the switch I was telling you about? There it is, right there. Yep, that's the switch. And it mates to, hold my lens, the switch right here. Like I said, when you do take this apart, you do have the ribbon and everything, so try and not twist or bend that too much. Alright, and that's how I mic'd up my Contour HD.